Another most requested video is on the Winchester Model 77, which we've actually done before, but we had a look at the magazine fed version, and a lot of people wanted to see the tubular model. So I mean, to go over the basics of the 77, operating handle on the left, which I like, makes sense. Reminds me of the H&K rifles. Anyway, 22 long rifle, typical tubular magazine. These are very reliable, very well made semi-autos. We'll show you the Winchester Model 490, which is also excellent. The Model 77 has a more, how to put it, practical look to it, but the mechanism is certainly sound. This one has had, I don't know how many rounds through it, and it still runs well. I noticed the 77 sometimes needs a little shot of lubrication of some kind. I usually give it a little ballastol, and then it seems to be fine. Really no issues with it. And I'll just talk for a moment about tubular magazines, because in, let's call them the old days, I mean, they're still made. One of my most reliable 22s is the Marlin Model 60, which is a tubular magazine, although they have a clip model that goes under a different model number probably. But I've always liked them. It's true, if you like the, you know, high volume plinking, there is a necessary pause to feed a tubular magazine, but I consider that a beneficial feature. It slows things down to some extent. I mean, not while you're using the 22, but reloading takes a little more time, a little more thought. But reliability is excellent, and normally there's quite a robust magazine capacity on a tube magazine. This one could go to the end of the barrel and you'd get maybe 3 more rounds out of it, but there's really no necessity. Anyway, there it is. I was going to say Ruger 77, but Winchester Model 77. Oh, and the little piece that fits in here is called an elevator. I had to take it out because I couldn't get the rifle to shoot low enough unless I removed the elevator. That happens sometimes. I'm not sure why. Anyway, there it is. Definitely another steel and walnut Winchester from the golden days of gun making, and yeah, well worth owning, like I said. We'll fire a few rounds from the 77, and actually you'll notice in some of the videos that I'm suddenly far more attractive than I used to be, and that's because the shooting is being taken over in some of the videos by my wife. She generously offered to help with some of the shooting, and it gives me a chance to learn the camera and filming and so on, and it gives her a chance to learn all these different firearms, which, you know, sometimes it's a lot in one day. Not that we don't enjoy it, we do, it's great. But yeah, so my wife will do some of the shooting. I hope that works out well. That's it. People ask me for a long time to get a hold of a Winchester 490. I thought that would be an easy task, but it took me a while to find one, at least a decent one. And here it is. So Winchester 490 22 long rifle. If it looks familiar to you, it probably is because it may remind you of a Winchester Model 100. And as you know, I'm a big advocate of practice, and if you have a Winchester 100, now we're talking going back, 20, 30 years when the Model 100 came out, but people wanted a 22, and the 490 handles and operates and even looks quite a bit like a Model 100 Winchester. This is not, a run-of-the-mill 22 semi-auto. It's I would call it a high-end semi-auto. Everything about it is, I think, excellent. It's got decent checkering. Everything is steel and walnut. They rarely jam. It's a simple 5-shot magazine, and it never hurts to use high-velocity long rifle ammo. Naturally, if it's there's a lot of different loadings for long rifle these days, but this is actually, this ammunition I'm using is from the Philippines, and it's quite good. I don't remember the name, but I thought I'd finally get to this 490. That's not the original butt pad. That's some kind of replacement. It's probably more for slip than for recoil, because the 22 long rifle isn't known for vicious recoil. So anyway, well, we've got that steel plate, that AR 500, whatever, over there, and we'll take a few shots, and then we'll have at least looked at a 490. Everything about it is typical blowback 22, except that it's made so well. It'd be hard to find a semi-auto of this quality these days. Oh, not bad. The one miss was pilot error, but just a lovely 22. So yeah, thanks for the request. I'm glad I have it. I'll probably keep the 490. All right, thanks for watching.